Hi, welcome back to another episode of Figs Talks Fights. I'm your host, Brian Figueiredo. In this episode, we're going to be getting into the post-fight results of UFC Fight Night 169. Joseph Benavidez versus Deiveson Figueiredo for the vacant flyweight title fight taking place just tonight on Leap Day, Saturday, February 29th in Norfolk, Virginia. And what a fantastic card we had and a great main event. So let's get into it. If you don't want spoilers, this video is titled Results and Reaction, but just so you know, we're going to get into all the results. So to the main event, it was the flyweight championship, but it was only available to Joseph Benavidez. Deiveson Figueiredo missed weight by 2.5 pounds yesterday morning, making him ineligible to receive the shot at the title. Disappointing. Little concerning. Deiveson Figueiredo has never missed weight in any of his fights, so I found it very surprising that on his first opportunity at a championship, he is his first time missing weight. Made no sense. I read some articles that apparently his nutritionist forced him to stop cutting weight, that, he started cramping, this and that. Maybe. I don't know. I think what's probably more likely is that he sustained some sort of an injury during the fight camp. Okay, guys don't like to talk about it, all right? Possibly, but who the hell knows? Maybe he just missed the weight, okay? He was the larger man of the two, so let's get into the fight. So Deiveson Figueiredo defeats Joseph Benavidez at 1 minute and 54 seconds in round number 2 by TKO. Holy shit, this was a great fight, okay? Both these guys came out hot, ready to get after it, all right? Now, Deiveson Figueiredo started the fight just staying nice and long, staying behind the jab. He was the taller man and had the longer reach of the two of them, okay? And I like the way he just kept his head back and just kept getting right in Joseph's face. You could tell that Benavidez was a little bit startled at first, trying to find his range, just trying to find a way to get in on him. Quickly into the first round, Deiveson Figueiredo gets a takedown on Benavidez, tries looking for a reverse triangle choke, doesn't get it, but switches it off to an arm bar. And holy shit, Joseph Benavidez found a way to get out of that arm bar. I mean, this was cinched in tight. Deiveson Figueiredo's knees were in tight. Okay, had a good control of the wrist and the forearm of Joseph Benavidez, but Benavidez smartly, okay, turns his hips, spins over Deiveson Figueiredo, okay, turns his arm outside of his hips, okay, and just finds a way to scramble out of it. I mean, this guy is extremely wiry. I'm telling you, I would have tapped 7, 8, 9 times in 20 different positions there. He was really risking getting his arm broken, but I mean, this is a championship fight. A UFC title, this will change your life. So good on Joey Benavidez to just believe in himself, scramble out, and find a way back to his feet. So Deiveson Figueiredo for the first half of this round really was dominating on the feet, okay? Sorry, I don't want to say dominating. He was getting the best of Joey Benavidez on the feet. But towards the end of the first round, Benavidez did start to find his range, putting together some great leg kicks, combinations, throwing shots over the top, okay? Deiveson Figueiredo lands a good right hand at the end of the first round. Joseph Benavidez returns fire. They're still hot, and in the moment, ref does stop the end of the first round, okay? And these guys were just getting right on the action. So second round comes out, and it's more of the same. Joseph Benavidez looks to be more comfortable. His corner was trying to tell him, look, Deiveson's slowing down. And I guess that's why they were figuring Joey was just trying to find, or when he started picking up in the middle of the first round, that's what was actually happening. Personally, I thought Joey Benavidez was just catching his range, all right? But his corner is going to motivate him and put things into his head, because Benavidez has never been tired in a fight that I've ever seen. So if they can just push him, keep pushing that cardio, especially against a guy that just missed weight. I mean, he's going to get tired way quicker than you would. If you made weight, no problem. Probably didn't get a chance to rehydrate quickly enough. Okay, this is all presumably and assuming why they told him this information. But anyhow, nonetheless, they have a bit of a clash of heads around a minute and a half into the second round. I didn't think that it appeared to rock Joseph Benavidez. He didn't seem wobbled or anything like that. But I'm not in his body, in his mind. Okay, I don't know how he felt about that. But about 20 seconds later, Deiveson Figueiredo puts a straight right on Joseph Benavidez and then finishes the fight. Now, your new flyweight champion of the UFC is fucking nobody. You don't have a UFC flyweight champion anymore. What a mess. What the hell are they going to do? I mean, such a shame he missed weight, okay? Because this was a star-making performance tonight, all right? And as somebody with the last name Figueiredo, I never thought I'd see another Figueiredo in the UFC. Happens to make his way in there, didn't expect much of it, makes his way to a title shot, wins the fight. What a shame. I'm going to probably say what a shame 7, 8, 9 more times. So what are we going to do now? Who knows? Now you have Henry Cejudo, who is your bantamweight champion and who just, okay, his title was lost tonight. It was relinquished as soon as the cage door closed and it was up for grabs tonight. He's taking on Jose Aldo in a fight coming up in May, all right, for the bantamweight title. Look, I counted out Henry Cejudo against Marlon Moraes. I'm probably counting him out against Jose Aldo too. And Jose Aldo getting this title shot, different story for a different day. Trust me, in May, I'll make a video about that one. But if Henry Cejudo happens to lose his bantamweight title, I think you make Deiveson Figueiredo and Henry Cejudo for that title shot. As far as running this fight back, who knows? I would love to see it again. Now, Joseph Benavidez, he looked really defeated at the end of this fight, and I can't blame him. This was his 4th shot at a world championship, okay? The first being the bantamweight championship in the WEC. He had a shot against Dominic Cruz, came up short in that fight. Then he had 2 chances for the flyweight championship, one with the inaugural one against Demetrius Johnson, then worked away his back to a title shot and got knocked out by Demetrius Johnson. And now tonight he got knocked out by Deiveson Figueiredo. Look, Joseph Benavidez is one of the best fighters that has been in the UFC that never wore the championship crown, all right? Whatever Joseph wants to do moving forward, I mean, he's 37 years old, all right? For a flyweight that is a little bit older, you normally see the heavier weight classes, the guys are still in their prime at a later age, but I mean, these guys rely on reflexes and speed. Joseph didn't look slow tonight. He didn't look like he wasn't firing off. It just looks like Deiveson Figueiredo got after it more and he caught Joseph first. So, look, if they run this one back, like I said, I would like to see it, but, you know, we'll see what happens. See how this plays out in the next little while. So, other fights that happened on this card, Felicia Spencer took on Zara Farron dos Santos, okay? They just were calling her Zara Farron on the broadcast, all right? And Zara Farron, she had some great stand-up at first. I mean, Felicia Spencer looked frustrated, okay? Couldn't get in on her, couldn't get the takedown, but eventually she found her way in on it, got on top of Zarin, and she just looked lost. Felicia Spencer put it on her and got a TKO at 3:37 in the first round. Wow, okay? Congratulations, Felicia. That's why you need to be well-rounded. If plan A isn't going your way, you need plan B, C, D. You got to have a wide game if you want to be at the top of the elite level in mixed martial arts. So Felicia Spencer showed some of that off tonight, okay, especially coming off a closer fight against Chris Cyborg last July. Good for her. She may be up for a title shot against Amanda Nunes for the featherweight title. Who knows? Maybe Amanda's going to defend that title or continue to defend the bantamweight title. But now that Chris Cyborg is gone in the UFC, if they can just keep this featherweight division up, I love to see it. Okay, so let's move on to the card. Yon Cutelaba takes on Magomed Ankalaev. Okay, and I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong. All right. Literally would have to listen to the broadcast 20 times and then press record before I start doing this one. But anyhow, forgive me for that. both these guys, all right, Magomed comes out very calm. Yon Cutelaba typically comes into the fight ready for war. Now, I know his normal thing before these guys face off when Bruce Buffer is announcing his name, always calling him Ion Cutelaba. I don't want to talk shit on the broadcasters or Bruce Buffer considering I'm butchering Magomed Ankalov's name, but it's Yon Cutelaba. It's not Ion. Ian. Eon. Or whatever the hell they're saying. It's Yon. Okay? Alright? My wife's background, she came from Romania. My father-in-law's name is Yon. Okay? My mother-in-law, she came from Moldova. It's Yon, not Eon. Alright? Pronounce it right. Come on, people. Alright? I'm not a broadcaster. I shouldn't be telling you this shit. Anyhow, Yon comes out and gets right in Magomed's face right before, Bruce Buffer's announcing his name. And look, he gets way too close into people's faces. And this time, Magomed just got an underhook and shoved him towards the cage. There was a little bit of chaos before this fight started, all right? I didn't blame Magomed. Don't touch the guy before you fight. I get it. It's part of your game. You come out angry. You come out mean. You come out ready to hurt somebody. Don't fucking touch the guy until you start fighting, Yon. What the hell are you doing? So anyhow, these guys get into it. This was a real quick fight and a shameful one too. All right. Magomed clips Yon in they're trading shots, catches him with a right hand, stumbles Yon right on the feet. He's doing his head movement, which is making him look even more rocked than he is. His legs are a little stumbling, but when I watched the broadcast live, it looked like some of these head kicks that Magomed was firing towards Cutelaba were coming through. They were all getting blocked, got his hand up every time. I'm sure his forearms are going to be sore tomorrow, but didn't take anything on the head. As soon as Yon started to put the offense back on Magomed, you got Kevin McDonald jumping in there and stopping the fight. What the fuck are you doing? All right? It wasn't like he was just eating shot after shot after shot, a la Phil Baroni versus Dave Manet, where the only thing that's keeping Dave Manet from standing at this point is Phil Baroni's punches, just wild, steroid-filled, freaking overhand hooks, left, 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 right, left, right, left. It was not like that. Yon was in the fight. I thought this was a terrible stoppage, okay? Normally, this is a good ref, okay? I don't have anything against Kevin McDonald. I've never seen a bad performance from him as far as being a ref like this in the cage before, but this was not a good one. If they decide to run this one back, I mean, did I think Yon was going to win the fight? I don't know. Any of these Dagestani guys, I would not bet against, all right? But they decide to run it back. I would like to see it. If not, I really hope the UFC doesn't treat Yon like a loser in this fight, okay? They should talk to him, at least the commission should. Keep your fucking hands off your opponent until the fight actually starts, but shameful, all right? Next up, we had Megan Anderson versus Norma Dumont. I have no idea who Norma Dumont was coming in this fight. I knew she was 4-0 and making her debut also at the featherweight division. So Norma Dumont looked pretty comfortable with the stand-up at first and then started to engage in the clinch. And this fight pretty much took place against the fence, all right? Clinched up. Finally, Megan Anderson broke the clinch. She found a way to land a straight right, put Norma right on her ass, pretty much just coming to and then just lands a hammer fist. Kevin McDonald makes a great stoppage in this fight. Okay, so at 3 minutes and 31 seconds, Megan Anderson is your winner. So as far as women's featherweight, you have two options now for Amanda Nunes. In what was a shallow division, and still is a shallow division. I mean, UFC.com doesn't even have rankings for women's featherweight yet. Come on, get on that shit. Can you at least find 15 fucking girls to weigh in at 145 pounds? Come on, Bellator can do it. Get on that shit. Best organization in the world. Do your fucking thing. All right? Megan Anderson or Felicia Spencer versus Amanda Nunes. Sounds like a great fight. Sign me up. What I hope they don't do is kill off the contenders and make Felicia and Megan fight for a number one contendership into the championship towards Amanda Nunes. Give one of them the title shot. Who do you think is more impressive? I mean, Megan Anderson is coming off a longer win streak, but, you know, Felicia Spencer, it doesn't matter who they give it to. I'm not going to complain about it, okay? The main card opened up with Grant Dawson versus Derek Minor. Now, I think Derek Minor took this fight on late notice, okay? Grant Dawson missed weight by 3.5 pounds, okay? Little bit shameful to come in 3.5 pounds overweight, but needless to say, Grant Dawson puts him away with a rear naked choke, I believe at 1:30 something in the second round. They were calling it a rear naked choke, but if you watch this, none of the arteries, the carotid arteries, were actually trapped by Grant, okay? Derek Minor just looked like Grant must have a hell of a squeeze because it was right on the jaw. It was almost clinched right here, but the squeeze was so great. The pressure on his face must have been too hard, and he tapped, and that's it. So that was the fight card. Holy shit, what a great fight card. Okay, I'm on the East Coast, all right? So this ended at 10 p.m. for me. Holy shit, 10 p.m., the fights are over? Great. Can we do this all the time? Me, when I was a younger man who was able to stay up through all hours of the night, I wanted to watch fights all night. Look, come on, I'm getting a little older. Keep doing this shit every once in a while. I love it. I can get to bed at a decent hour. My 2-year-old, when he wakes me up tomorrow morning, I'll still be well rested. So, awesome shit. Other notables I want to make is that the broadcast team did an excellent job tonight. All right. Michael Bisping was great for color commentary tonight. All right. And Brendan Fitzgerald, great job. I like these guys as a team. They started out on the Contender Series, Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, and they have just gotten better and better since. Keep putting them up for fight nights. I like to see it. Now, Trevor Whitman didn't get too much of a chance to get in there as well because all these fights were finishing in the first round. But he finally got to speak in between the Joey B and the Davison Figueiredo fight. Okay, I love it when Trevor Whitman is breaking down what the corners are saying. Despite what Joshua Fabia has to say about Trevor Whitman. Look, Trevor Whitman is a proven coach. Joshua Fabia, I made a video on him before, all right? Looking back at it, even though I was kind of harsh on him, I wasn't harsh enough. The more this guy talks, holy shit, what a fucking idiot. Sorry to say it, it's the truth. Especially when you're disrespecting a guy like Trevor Whitman. Trevor Whitman? Holy shit. This guy is a proven genius in the stand-up department, especially for mixed martial arts. Plus, he's got his own line of gear coming out now, all right? Check that shit out. I think it's Onyx or something like that they're putting their new MMA gear out. So, good for him. Other than that, that was it. Prelim cards, okay, had a family dinner, missed most of it, so I'm going to have to rewatch it tomorrow, all right? But from what I saw, it looked like there was decent fights on there anyways. I caught the last couple of them. And next week, we got the middleweight championship. Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero. Woo! That's going to be a hell of a fight. And you got Wiley Zhang taking on former champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk. This is going to be a great card. Watch out for my video next week. I can't wait to talk about that shit if you can't tell. Can't wait. That's the kind of shit that freaking makes me love this MMA game. So, great card tonight. Hope you all enjoyed it when you watched, all right? And if you enjoyed the content tonight, please subscribe to the channel. If you like what I'm doing, say whatever you got to say. You want to talk shit, no problem. I'm all for it. Open ears. Take criticism well, okay? And compliments, yeah, I take them okay. All right? So thank you very much once again, and